For anything to change in our life, it really does involve us changing something about what we're doing in our own life. And very often it does start with our thoughts and our understanding about why we do the things we do, why we show up in the way that we show up.
Hello, and welcome to the Connect podcast. This show is all about helping you connect to your soul's calling so you can take action on it. Because the sweetest success is a blend of discovering your purpose with the inner drive to bring it to life. I'm Sheila, health coach, lifestyle entrepreneur, and mom of two, best known for my online wellness programs, mentoring, and self-love passion. Listen in for inspiring interviews, solo chats, and Q&A sessions that will move you past overwhelm towards what lights you up. Stop accepting good enough and go for your version of great in your health, business, and relationships. Let's get started.
Hi, welcome to this Monday Minisode where I share a thought to help you live into what lights you up this week. I was thinking this morning about the way I wake up and the things that go through my mind. And I'm curious to know what runs through your mind when you start your day. We all have certain mantras that are running in the back of our mind. And sometimes they're very subconscious. Sometimes they're unconscious. We don't realize that they're happening. And sometimes it only happens that we come to the realization when someone points it out to us. So I'm curious to know for yourself, what do you say to yourself first thing in the morning and throughout the day? In my past, so often I would say things like, I'm too busy, or this is so overwhelming. And a big one for me was, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And certainly there were times in my life where this would be more common than others. For instance, when I was working very long weeks and commuting and also having newborn babies. Yes, I am tired is very valid and very true. So when you're thinking about what runs through your mind, it's not about trying to completely change it. But sometimes it's about acknowledging, how are you really feeling? And then when you consider it, thinking about, do I like how this is a pattern running in my mind right now? Because the things that you say to yourself and the things that I say to myself tend to manifest. And things like, oh, I'm so anxious, or I have anxiety, or I'm so scattered. Things that can feel degrading of our own abilities can sometimes stick and then become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And like I said, sitting with how you're truly feeling is very important. Yet at the same time, staying stuck in an undesirable state can become a choice. So while sometimes, we can't change exactly what's happening on the outside of our lives, we can shift how we are responding to it. And we can start focusing on the way that we want to feel. So sometimes it is about flipping that conversation in our mind. And with so much mindset talk that happens in the self-development space, that's the category that this podcast is in, self-development, it can be very easy to berate ourselves for not thinking the right way. And yet there's so much more to it, which I'm going to get into with a special guest, hopefully on a future episode. There are so many things that have been programmed and conditioned into us, particularly as women all around the world for many millennia. And it impacts the way we think about ourselves as well. So first, I just want to let you off the hook. The way you think about yourself and what you're capable of, it's not only coming just from you and your own experience, it's coming from a lived experience by all of us globally for many years. But that's another conversation, and I'm very excited to have that conversation. What we can do as we are sitting with how we're feeling and looking at what we're saying to ourselves, we can start thinking about, well, how do I want to feel? And it might involve sitting and writing it down or just having a conversation with yourself. Do you want to feel grateful? Do you want to feel like there's more than enough time for everything that you want to do? Do you want to feel calm and peaceful? And do you want to feel like life is getting better and better? Wow, saying that out loud, sometimes you can feel like, well, how's that even possible? You might be in a really tough situation right now. And I do know from my past experience, even prior to some of the growth work I've been doing over the last few years that goes way deeper into all of this, I do know that having certain affirmations and certain things that I say to myself and remind myself of do help me get out of a rut that I may be stuck in. Something that I started to say to myself a while ago, like many years ago, was things tend to work out for me. You could look at it either way if you look at my life. I think all of us could. There's great things that happen, wonderful successes, exciting times and experiences, and then heartbreaking times, things that were completely beyond our control. So you could spin it either way, right? So what I'm saying that I have done that has helped me, and I invite you to consider this for yourself, is try spinning it to your favor because both are true. We have both sunny days and we have cloudy days. We have rainy days and we have days that are just beautiful and we would not change a thing. This is the human experience. It is the paradox. Every day is a little different. So when we think about these things, about how we want to feel as we go about our week, there is some sense of control about owning what it is and how we want to feel. So how do you want to feel this week? I invite you to spend some time thinking about that and maybe focus on one thing that you would like to live into. And that's the purpose of these minisodes. Like I've said, it's to help you live into what lights you up. Because when we spend our time thinking about those things, it helps us actually make a step in the direction towards the outcomes that we're looking for, instead of just remaining on autopilot, hoping and praying and wishing for things to change. Because we know that for anything to change in our life, it really does involve us changing something about what we're doing in our own life. And very often it does start with our thoughts and our understanding about why we do the things we do, why we show up in the way that we show up. And it's beautiful to know that we are co-creating this incredible life of ours. And when you have that in your mind, it can give you some hope that no matter what you're going through right now, whether it's an amazing, incredible time that you just hope will keep lasting forever, but you know that it's going to be shifting, or if you're in a time where you're really struggling right now, that you know that this too shall pass. Because I know from my own personal experiences and also from so many people that I'm blessed to have in my life, that has been the case. So I hope that your week is a good one. And I hope that you know that you do have some ability to make an impact on it. I'm so grateful that you're here today. And I hope that you can take your next best steps towards feeling your best and living into what truly does light you up. I look forward to connecting with you again on another episode this week. I'm excited about an interview we have coming up on Wednesday. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.
Thank you so much for being here with me on the Connect podcast. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Also, if you head over to iTunes to leave a review, I'd be so grateful. Let us know what your favorite parts were and what you'd like to hear more of. It will help us have a greater impact, elevating many more people to grow and succeed together. See you next time.